I was never a person who wanted to be on the street doing like a commercial for like toilet paper or something.
We established early on in our relationship that I'm a little bit of a control freak in terms of like how I like things.
No way. Because you're both creative people in general, I think that's the main reason why it works in a way.
Hello everyone. Today we're super excited because we have a little guest on the show. Well, technically two. Nikola will be a bit of a guest today too. We have Charlie and we have also Nikola. Charlie is Nikola's husband. So he is a creator now as well on the Clip platform. So before we get started, I just wanted to go straight in with Charlie. Obviously, Nikola has been a creator for a couple of years now and you have now started your creator journey. But how did it happen? How did it come about? And obviously you get into this too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was made redundant back in November, and just seeing Nikola every day creating, and back in lockdown we were doing loads of videos together, so it was like, why shouldn't I try it? It was also like me and Nikola were saying, comfort zone is something we always want to push, so we were just like, right, we need to just go with this, because I was never a person who wanted to be on the street doing like a commercial for like toilet paper or something. So I think it was just to try and get out of my comfort zone, really.
Because we used to always create content together, as in like Charush was that boyfriend back then who would be like taking all my photos for my Instagram and all of those things. But also he already had like editing skills because you've had some experience with it, right? And he's an artist, he's a creative. So I think like that just came quite, well, a bit more naturally for him because he was already like, that part of his brain was already like opened, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but it's also like you were a good model to take photos of, so it was fine. But no, yeah, it was always fun because I think during lockdown we just wanted to be creative, didn't we? We were like, we need to get out in the world, we can't see people, so let's just go around and do shots. And it was frustrating at times, wasn't it? We'd have moments when it was like, I sometimes wanted to just draw, and Nikola was like, I want to go and do videos. And we're like, and then we'll be out there.
So that kind of took me into my second question is, how do you find working together? Because obviously with now that you are doing a couple videos and stuff together as well, how do you find it? Who would like take the lead in terms of, right, this is what we're doing, the ideas, and then when it comes to the next bit?
Yeah, Nikola, you got this one.
Well, so I think we established early on in our relationship that I'm a little bit of a control freak in terms of like how I like things.
No way. I can't believe that. Okay.
So I think at the beginning, especially, I would say that it was not a struggle, but it was a little bit of a challenge because I was getting frustrated very easily because something wasn't going my way, or like we wouldn't have the same vision. It's like, you know, when we say sometimes like, we'll tell a designer to color something red and he will be like, he will give you another red. So that's the same with us. Like, because we're two creatives, we both would have different vision of the outcome before we even started. And I feel like for a long time, I didn't really realize that was happening. Like, and then Charlie would have his vision, I would have my vision, and like they wouldn't click together. And then I would get frustrated very easily because like the angle was not the right one, or like Charlie was getting used to speaking to the camera, like especially at the beginning when we were doing UGC videos together. So I think it took me longer than it took Charlie to get like comfortable and confident in front of the camera. It took me longer to just get unfrustrated, like being like, okay, like just relax. And would you say, Charlie, I think you would agree that I'm still maybe sometimes like intense.
The prime example is the Amex video.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us the story.
Right, I knew this podcast was a bad idea. This was
It's like, I think we have these moments when like you either need me to make the video work or we need Nikola. And with the Amex video, we needed to play. We needed to kind of just be a bit quirky. And that's kind of what I bring to the party. So Nikola was like trying to control it to try and make it like perfect because it was massive for her. And I can understand that because it's like, it was a big gig for her.
It was a big, it was a big label. Yeah.
But I think what we realized towards the end of the video is the more we played, the more we just kind of kept it as like, look, we're good enough. We can make a good video. That's when it kind of got exciting and it went good.
And I think it was very important, like point actually, in like my UGC career and also like our career together, was that he gave me so much support in that sense of like when I was doubting myself, Charlie would be like, Nikosha, they chose you for a reason. They've seen your work already. Like it didn't just come out of nowhere. And because I would question every single creative and like any decision that I was taking in those videos. And I think that's when I realized like he actually is like my anchor in those situations and I just have to trust him more. I think since then it definitely got easier in terms of like I wasn't getting as frustrated because it would just be like it would be quite dramatic. I'd be like, we're not filming anymore. I'm done.
Just telling everything like
and then Charlie would be like, but I was just getting comfortable. And then by that time I would like lose my
your shit,
What I learned from being an artist is I have to make a mess to make something good. So as soon as and there's also this guy who has this amazing quote that I love, which is like, just make something terrible and just see how you think about it when you finish. Just don't go in trying to make it the most perfect video ever. Go in just trying to make a mess and have fun and see where that ends up. And you have that, but then you also need a bit of Nikosha to come in and be like, okay, we need a little bit of control here to make this work. So,
but it's the perfect combo, right? Because you like, you know,
exactly.
You're super like authentic and just like, okay, let's just go with the flow. But then Nikola comes and she's like, but let's just like take this angle maybe and, you know, make it a bit prettier or just like. So I think it's a great combo, to be honest. But I think it's very hard, to be honest. But because you're both creative people in general, I think that's the main reason why it works in a way. Because I mean, obviously you're the first like couple that we're talking with, so we don't know how others are actually like behind the scenes.
I can do inputs here. My husband does not really like. He's got better. He actually, to be fair to him, said it in his voice that he would help like in videos. And to this day, every time I'm like, "Well, you said it in your voice. I didn't write your voice, so it's on you." Him in videos too, it's like very much like, so he's someone who doesn't like being on camera, but he will help if he needs to be in bits, but it's different in the fact that he doesn't want it to be his full-time job or nothing, so it's trickier because I can only ever get certain elements out of him in terms of it's like, okay, he's kind of in frame but not really, or he's sitting on the sofa just like smiling, interacting, like he doesn't do. We did try do one voiceover video one time. It was like theater. It was like what was it? It was like it was a coffee brand, and he was like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I'm like, "Why are you talking American?" So he did his best, but it was very like theater. I was like, "No, UGC, it's authentic. You need your normal voice." But he done good. We got him talked around, but then I was like, "You know what? I appreciate it, but we'll leave you be. Well, I'll not keep on torturing you."
I think with us, it was a lot of situations that I would put Charlie on the spot without even realizing that I was maybe doing it. So he sometimes would just be there like, oh, so I have to do it now because you already agreed to it. And I feel like I would just assume that me getting experience was also Charlie getting experience, but it wasn't necessarily like that. But let me tell you, this man, he got the experience in such an express like pace that I'm losing track of like, because like he shows me videos that he's doing now, and I'm just like flabbergasted. I'm like, how did we get here?
Oh, you're like, I'm so sorry.
No, because honestly, it just shocks me every time. Because sometimes I'm still like, I wonder. I don't know. You've got like a soap video. I'm like, I wonder how he like approaches that, and then he shows it to me, and it's so different than what I would do. But it's so good at the same time. I guess like the editing and like that authentic feeling that that Charlie has is just something that I sometimes wish I had. We still have those conversations. Like even yesterday, we were on the walk with our dog Mochi, and we had a conversation that it's like the question of authenticity is like my voice changes when I'm just speaking or like when I'm recording videos, and we do like check in on each other in terms of like, how do you think you could do that better? Like, is there a way to do it? And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it sometimes takes me a while to be like, okay, like it's not criticism, it's just we want to do better.
Yeah.
Harsh with it though sometimes. I had to learn to not be too straight to you, because I remember that.
I'm a Pisces. You need to get through that emotion, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that video you had to when you had to basically lip sync a TikTok trend. Do you remember that one?
He was horrible. You were horrible.
Yeah. I was like, don't even post it. Because you wouldn't do that with my art, so it was quite harsh. Yeah.
But I think that's what it is. I feel like you're taking like you're getting your what's it called? Your revenge on me, because I was like, because I would be like,
From the moment you'll be like controlling and everything, or
Yeah,
coming up
or-
with your own ideas. Yeah.
I think so. Maybe it's a little bit like, I'm gonna show her. But it is, at the end of the day, it is always helpful. But I just need a little more time to let it like settle in. But sometimes it is just like, I feel like this is therapy. I love it. Sometimes,
It's
But just
raw, it's
starting,
uncut.
yeah.
because I feel like sometimes I need like to get my thoughts out to like even realize what I'm actually like.
No, you're what is that? A speak to thinker. I'm a speak to thinker. You just
Yeah.
talk. Whereas like my husband,
I'm
he's a think to talker. Yeah.
That's you, right, Charlie?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Or I write things down a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. No, that is so fun to hear. So it is. I'd say then next question is like, so in terms of all the UGC that you've been doing and continue to do, what is like your favorite element of like the entire process? Like, is it the planning, the shooting, the editing? Which would you say is the best little bit?
Yeah, it has to be the doing. I'm not too much of a planner. I kind of go in all guns blazing to try and just make the video, and then I just do adapt to whatever I feel. When I get a creative idea, I change. I think, thinking about it now, I think it's that little teeny touch that you think about at the end of the video. We're like, wait, if I did this at the start, then that could really impact the video. I think that's my favorite part of making the videos, when you finally have that little touch that pulls it all together.
Oh,
That
it's
is
like
so
the way
true.
aha moments. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, even Nikosha as well, she'll come in and be like, wait, put that bit in there, and I'll do it. And it's like, yes. And then you look at it and you're like, you look at the video like 5 times, and you're like, this is amazing now.
I think this is a really good point to, I think, touch upon as well, is that we are so lucky, and I always appreciated it, but I feel like I'm learning to appreciate it more and more every day, is that we have someone under the same roof to like check in on ourselves or like give feedback to. Like in UGC world, I feel like a lot of people would agree that there's not much of that going on. Like you're just there in your 4 walls, recording your video, sending it, and the only feedback that you hear sometimes, if you're lucky, is from the brand.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're just there in your head. And I feel like we have that opportunity to just like talk about things like creative decisions, or like, do you think that would work better? Or like, we always like show each other the videos before we like export it to be like, what do you think? And like the flow and everything. And most of the time we would suggest like a tiny change or like anything, or we would say like what parts stick to us. And then we know also what makes that video special. What's that aha moment?
I feel like you, Nikola, I think you manifested the redundancy of Charlie. So I actually have someone to talk about the videos, because you remember our discussions at the beginning. You were like, you know, it's very lonely in this world. You don't have anyone to talk to. Like if I talk to my friend and I show them the video, they'll be like, oh, that's really nice. Like I love it, and that's it. That's the only feedback.
Yeah.
So I think it was your doing the whole like redundancy thing. I think you are very lucky from this point of view, because I mean, like, you know, spending your time with the person that gives you feedback, that's on the same page as you, that understands what UGC is, that, you know, is happy to give feedback as well, because you could be in a situation where you won't share anything and it'll be like, you know, I do my job and you do your job, and that's it.
Yeah. And you also kind of feel like maybe you don't even feel it because you don't realize, but you're kind of like stuck in a way. Like you're not really progressing because there's no one to push you there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's quite an interesting lesson that we've learned recently, I think.
Yeah. I'm waiting for her to do artwork now, and then we'll both be pushing each other. So
No, I could never. Don't worry.
you're actually very good, though. It's really annoying.
No,
It's
I'm not.
secret talent that we've never heard about it.
No, because this is
Please
not
tell us
existent.
more.
It doesn't happen. If you ask me to draw a house, I would draw a square and a triangle. That's what you get.
That's what it is.
There are people, and I know a person that doesn't know how to draw a house for sure. Like, and that's Caesar. He would never be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm good. You're right.
Yeah.
And my last question I had to ask was about niches. So obviously you are an illustrator yourself, so you're a drawer and you know that kind of area. Did you find it hard when you started out with UGC, the fact of there's so many niches initially, and especially in clip, like there's a lot of different products, there's a lot of different things. What kind of was your way of picking the niches, and then what would be your favorite niche now to kind of do?
I think early on it was just about getting experience, so I'd pick anything. But then when it came to my favorite niches, it was 100% running videos. Anything to do, yeah. Because I think my first video in my portfolio is probably still my best video because it was for running shorts. 100%, anything running, I'm like, that's me. So it's also like you're paid to go on a run, basically.
I'd even actually say for you too, outdoor stuff, because I've noticed a few of your videos too, like hiking and things as well. Now that you've said that, I'm like, actually, I can kind of tell that like those are like, yeah.
As UGC creators, I think it does bring you joy when you do those things anyways. And then, as you said, Charlie, like you just get paid for it. I find it so interesting how easily Charlie just moved into UGC, because he was just like, when I started, I was building up my confidence. I was like building up the things that I was doing. He just jumped in and he was just good straight away.
No, that's not true.
It is though.
The very first video, I was like, he's just got onto this, and straight away we're like rating you 5. And we're like, he's got it, like you did. But also, Nicola, good teacher, Nicola too.
Yeah.
I hope that was the case. Because at the very, very beginning, when like Charlie would start to be a part of my videos, I think for me it was just obvious, like, you need to just be in this video. I need you for this video. And then I think you just had the best attitude about it, because you were like, okay, I'm going to be in this video. And then, like, of course, we would get frustrated at each other, or like getting a little bit like, ooh, like, I don't know if I want to do it anymore. But then we just like pushed, and the result was like, it made us happy enough to then just do it again and wanting to do it again. Yeah. And still now, I feel like I always get excited when we have an opportunity for a couple, because I think it just breaks that pattern a little bit as well, of like just you doing the work in your little bubble and just doing it with someone.
Yeah.
So
we've got 2 videos today, don't we?
Nice.
We've got to hug a car for some reason.
What?
We have to hug a car. So there's the first car, which is our one. So weird. So we messaged our neighbour saying, "Oh, can we hug your car, please?" And they're like, "Yeah, go on."
I actually had two questions just for the end of it, because we're promising to keep it short for the last couple of like episodes, and we're trying our
for the
best.
editing purposes.
Yes, mainly, but then second also for the audience to not get like too bored of us. So my first question is, what was the best campaign that you shot? Yeah, and then second question, what was the worst one or the weirdest one? Or
yeah, that's an easy one. This football boot one, where I had to basically put the shoes in mud, and then they were like, you have to do it again. So I had to do it over and over again.
We had to, because we actually discussed this many times with the girls, this video, and the freaking dirty shoes in our freezer. And
so hard at this. I was like,
it happened again.
Because it was quite traumatic for me as well. I agree.
I remember this video because in it you'd said your girlfriend or something, or like my girlfriend, whatever. I remember laughing. I think I might have messaged even Nikola. I can't remember if I did, or maybe I said in the podcast. I was like, first of all, the girl fit element, and I was like, I can just imagine you being raging that he's putting dirty trainers in your freezer. But it worked for the video, and it was a great video.
Yeah, because I just remember I was away, wasn't I? So I didn't even know this was happening. And then he just sent me the video to, as I said, like to just like give each other feedback, and I was like, what the? It's fine.
I can't remember what they did though, because they did something else. It was almost like they wanted me to reshoot the whole video or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was literally after the muddy boots. They're like, we need you to reshoot basically the whole thing.
The shoes were too dirty. Oh no, they were too.
They said they were too dirty, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, and that was the third time. Yeah.
Because they were already complaining that at the beginning they weren't dirty enough, and you just like keep doing it and just making it more obvious, and then now they were just like, oh. So was this like the worst or the like?
That was the worst. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the best one was definitely the Mojave's slippers.
Oh, the slippers, yeah.
The one with Mochi, and he's like got his hands in the slippers. Yeah, that was definitely the best one. Because it was like the first video I did where it was like had a teeny bit of comedic effect. I was like, yeah, I like this. It was quirky, so I was like, everything quirky I have to do. So I really would love to this to be my full-time thing, and I just do art on the side.
That's amazing. It's mad that then it's nearly like from Redundancy to like, you've now unlocked this new aspect that you're like, you know what, this is now like nearly your calling, that you're like, it's so nice to be able to do both in both creative outlets. I love that. That's so nice.
And we did have moments, to be like completely transparent. Both of us had moments when it was like, is that it really? Or like, is it giving you enough of that? Because I think art is just such a priority in your life that we had moments when we would be like questioning it, like, oh, was UGC kind of like taking you away from that? Because it was like at the beginning it was taking you longer. Right now you can make like 3 videos a day sometimes, but like before you would like, it would take you a little longer, right? Because you would have to like plan it all in your head, and now you're just a little bit more like, let's just roll with it. But Clip has been really good for you though. You've been doing ridiculous.
The most reliable.
Clip. I couldn't believe it.
I want some art ones. If I could just do art videos or like sketchbooks or something, it's just me filling out sketchbooks and doing UGC videos for them. That would be a dream. So
I mean, you can try to find those brands that are doing this and just reach out to them, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
What I would highly recommend too, which I've done a few times before, brands that I already use and love, I've literally filmed them videos, haven't asked them, filmed it because I've loved it, that I'm like, I don't care, I'll post this myself, I like it, watermarked it and sent it to them and they've bought it. And I've just been like, well, because for brands sometimes too, they're just like, make it as easy as possible. I don't, because sometimes they don't know, number one, will they have the right tone of voice? Will they see their work? What can they do for us though? And for generally brands, I've not done it with loads, but for a couple, it's been 3 of them. I was literally like, you know what? I don't care if you don't buy it. I like it and I feel like inspired to make this. That it's never wasted. And thankfully it worked out and they all bought. So,
but that's why it worked out, Ali, because you just threw yourself in there and you didn't care what's going to happen.
I think that's sometimes the best videos, and that's why I suppose too, even what you're saying about your niches, you do fall into your like areas, and I think the best videos, like you're saying about running, it's when you're like, I love this, that it feels way more authentic to then do it, whereas certain products, like they may not be as glamorous, like there always will be harder, but when you find those wee elements of like, this is me, you just know it's going to be a good video.
Yeah.
When you're fully immersed into it,
yeah, definitely.
It's also like when you're out on the run and you suddenly start, like, how much do I bring a tripod with me, or should I find a way to like put the phone somewhere? And it's like where we live, there's so many trees, and or there's like these little stiles you walk over, and they're perfect to put the camera on and just stand there and shoot yourself. So that's why I like doing the running ones.
Very resourceful.
I won't lie, running is the ones I hate the most. I had to do 3 one time. I couldn't. I was like, I can't do this. Yeah, so I love the fact that, but it just shows you like each creator to creator, like there's elements they love. I had to do a few videos and I was like, okay, this is it. I'll not be doing that style again because I just couldn't. I was like, so maybe I can't.
Whenever I agree to a running video, I always regret it at the end. Every time.
Because of me, right? Because I'll sit on the balcony and I'll see you run down the street and then see you run back up. And it's literally like a 1 minute run, but it looks like you've done like a 10 mile run.
Love it.
Then I come back and he's like, so how was your run then?
I mean, it's time efficient though, isn't it? Not like me who goes out for like a 5 mile run, comes back and it's like, I've just done 1 video today.
Show off.
True.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, but genuinely now, I've never done videos, first of all, let alone videos running or doing something like that. How do you actually do it? Like,
he's very resourceful.
The running
videos. It's kind of just finding places to put the phone, to be honest.
He's got very
I do that one as well.
The thing,
his arm is like 2 meters long, so it's like better than a selfie stick.
The dream. It's a selfie stick, literally. Yeah.
I think early on though, I remember doing a running video and I didn't look at any of the videos I did by the time I got back. And as soon as I got home, I looked at them and they're all out of focus. All of them were like, and I just run 5 miles. I was like, why did I not look? So
that was all a lesson. That was all a lesson.
Yeah, it's a lesson. Yeah.
Well, that is all my questions. Thank you so much for last minute joining us, but that was fantastic. And it's so nice to have you on. It's so nice to actually like meet you. Would you call this? Because we heard
for the
face.
Yeah, because we're always hearing about Charlie. Charlie is like that. Charlie, let me just go Charlie and talk about this thing, or and we're just like, I think
he is actually there, girls. I told you.
Yeah,
he exists.
But we actually had our first interaction through the phone when we were team building in London. If you remember, I think we were talking about
yes.
one
Oh,
of
yeah.
the campaigns that I think it was some misunderstanding or something. It was a tricky
Yeah.
campaign. You didn't know what to reply to them, and you're just calling Nikola. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
what?
It was super
Yeah,
weird.
I just remember being like, Charlie, perfect timing. I've got Maria right here. I'll ask her.
Seriously. It was just I think I told you to just leave it to us. We'll just handle it ourselves. So it was one of
I
those
think that's
situations
what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
where we had to reach out to the brand. I think they were just asking you to do something extra, and we just like, no, they're taking a piss. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is also just another small point to finish, is that I think what was great about how we worked together and like how Charlie got into like to the point where he is now is that all those even little things, like what just Maria said, like, what do I do? Like, this brand just messaged me this, or like, you know, to have that other person who's been there already and just to look at it, you like, being like, we've got this, like, don't stress. And then I think it works both ways, because I have my mental breakdowns when I go to Charlie, like, I don't know what I'm doing. But then I also feel so good. I also feel so good every now and then when he's like, what do I say? Or like, what do I do? What should I put here? And then you've got that other person to be like, I've got you. Like, we've got this.
Yeah.
Or rather than like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a relationship in general. It doesn't matter if you're doing the same thing, if you're on different like niches or whatever. I think it's just about having your back, you know, always having your back. And from there, I think it's only like going upwards. It's challenging, as it's in every like single relationship or collaboration with a brand. But I think the most important thing is to actually have each other's back, and just to, you know, close your eyes when someone is giving feedback, and it's always constructive.
Yes.
I also
Yeah.
have this problem. I don't take feedback. The problem is that I don't take feedback gracefully from Caesar, but I can take feedback from anyone else. Like if any of you will tell me something, I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you are completely right.
When they're closest to you, it's really harder to take. Because you're
That's
like,
it.
no, you should always be on my side. No.
I am literally like trying to, like,
Looking away
my
like-
mind is like, yeah.
No, well, that is amazing. We will wrap this up. Thank you so much once again for joining. And for anyone, if they have any questions, you know where to get us. Useclip.com. And yes, we're on all the different platforms as well. And we always are keeping an eye out for any questions or comments on them. But yes, we will see you all in our next one.
Bye,
Thank you guys for coming.
Yep.
As a couple.
Bye.
Bye.